welcome to Rysels 1918, third day in a row. Wasn't going to do this today, but I thought, why not? Just want to say a couple of things, touching the Farka situation, the 49ers situation. Nice to see United get knocked out, the High Flyers, Grimsby Town, which is a joke by the way, should have been 3-0, but anyway. The missus, she ended up getting me incense burner things. She said it maybe helped me to calm down a wee bit after the Sheffield Wednesday thing. Defeat. Daniel Farka. I see an awful lot of people online giving people grief because they're not subscribed to the Daniel Farka out. Tell me why. Give me legitimate reasons why you would sack your manager right now. Forget the cup. You're in the league. We spent £100 million. He's bringing new players in. They have to get to know the way of playing and how we play. We've won one game against Everton, dominated them. Yes, without a cutting edge, etc. But he said that himself. He needs a 10, he needs attackers. Calvert-Lewin wasn't fit. Perot started. It's a different story. But tell me why. He could beat it against Arsenal, which was, let's be honest, we were all expecting that. The issue's not that we lose, I suppose it's how we lose. It's the performance. The Sheffield Wednesday game is the same. It's the performance. But at the same time, what can Farka do in the Wednesday game at them? I said this yesterday. He put 11 men out on that pitch who should be more than capable of beating Sheffield Wednesday every day of the week. And if that's not the case, well then, and you can talk about, I give Gruev grief and I don't like him. I just don't like him as a player. I don't think he brings anything to the team. We need to do better. Josh Brownhill's on a free. Go fucking get him. Gives you so much more going forward than Gruev. Defensively, he's more combative. Gruev is, I just don't like him. But he should be better than an under 21 at Sheffield Wednesday. Perot, top goal scorer last season in the championship. Playing against the championship team. But an under 21 team should be a lot better than what he was. It just goes to prove there's players in the team right now that I don't think Farka had. If Daniel Farka was happy with Joel Perot at Leeds United, he would not have signed Nemecha or Dominic Calvert-Lewin and still be on the lookout for a number 9. If he was happy with the attack, he would not be looking for a midfielder or a number 10 or a right midfielder. He's not happy. That's positive. The man knows there's deficiencies in the team. But if you're coming for me or other people online and you're saying Farka needs sacked and Farka and idiots, blah blah blah, Farka FC, it's not that at all. Just give me a reason. What's the legitimate reason you don't want him sacked, or you don't want him at the club? The man brings us up 100 points, wins the league. Did you want Bielsa sacked after 2 or 3 games in the Premier League last time? We got beaten the first game against Liverpool 4-3, but it was the manner of the defeat. What is it? Is it because it's Daniel Farka? There's something not right with some of the fan base. Look, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to say I'll have Farka out in a heartbeat if the performances against Arsenal and Wednesday continue. I wouldn't think for a second about letting him go. But sometimes you have to just see the wood for the trees. The man's got us 100 points, won us the league, got us into the Premier League, and he's won 1 out of 2 games. We have a chance against Newcastle. It's a chance for the players to get redemption. So I'm more than happy if somebody wants to talk to me, come on the channel, or do a recording, or do a live, or comment, or whatever, and talk to me about it. Give me your opinion. I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're wrong, but I'll argue. I'll let you argue, but I'm going to argue back, and we can have a fucking debate. That's what it's all about. As I keep saying, opinions are like arseholes, and every fucker has one. That's the whole point of it. Moving on, there's something I want to bring up before we move on to the EFL Cup. I touch on everything, obviously, as I say, but I want to bring up. People have called me out about tagging Joe Wayman on Just Joe. You know, he's very good. Just Joe show. Go and subscribe to him if you're not subscribed. But people give off, or were given off to me on X about tagging Joe about jet washers and things like that. Don't fucking comment in the comments then. You don't want me, you're calling me an idiot for tagging somebody that I follow on social media. Why are you commenting on my comment? Why are you in my thread? And then you tag Joe yourself. You're a fucking clown. Don't tag me. Don't come onto my thread. Don't comment. Don't tag Joe. You're there giving it the big one, but then at the same time you're literally doing what you're accusing me of doing. Make it make sense. If I follow someone and I comment on something, it is what it is. Why do you have an issue with it? What's the problem? Just ignore it. Move on. It's not going to impact your day. These are the same people who want Fark out. Look, don't get me wrong, like my father's a lifelong Leeds fan too. He's starting to go down, he's starting to think about the Farka situation, and I get it. I get that Farka's under pressure. He's at a big club, we have to stay up. But it's so early. Going into the Newcastle game, this is the best time, as I say, to play Newcastle. They have injuries, they've got suspensions. So do we, but their best players are out. Isaac's not going to be playing. We have to perform. If we don't perform and it happens again that we get tanked in front of our own fans, Fark is under massive pressure. But it doesn't mean he has to go. We have 5 days. It's the final countdown in the window. We have 5 days. It's massive. It's massive. Like people say, well, we need a striker, we need a 10, and we need... I saw, see, Gustavo Heimer. You know, Gustavo Heimer, where does he play in our team? He doesn't start. He doesn't get in the first 18. Never mind the team. We don't play a 10 in the 4-3-3. He's not good enough for the wing in the Premier League. Where does he play? You know, it's a waste of and they're looking 20 to 25 million for him. Uche, the Wolves deal fell through. Go and get him. You know what Wolves were going to pay for him. Put the money on the table, go get him. He fills the hole in the midfield. He can play on the right, the left, or he can play behind the striker. Go and get him. No brainer. Then there's other players that would be linked to Demirovic. I know very little about him. I've seen his stats. Stats are good. But there's plenty of players. Mitrovic is apparently going to be bought out and we can get him for Premier League wage. Battering around. Mitrovic, Nemacha, DCL up front, Sal Pro. Personally, I would go to Leicester and see if they don't have a striker. Their striker is, I think it's Daka and Ayew. I'd Sal Pro. to Leicester and try and get El Khanis. El Khanis is going over at the minute. I could try and do a deal, some sort of deal. My concern is this, about talking about all this. We can talk about transfers all we want. And I'll be jet watching, by the way. Just to let you know, I'll be watching the Jets and I'll be tagging Joe Eamon and I'll be tagging Joe Blackburn and other people. So anybody on X that sees it and has a problem with it, fuck off. What I will say is this. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday and he was I asked him about the whole 49ers thing at Rangers, and as much as the fans got all excited and all that jazz and the money to spend, they're not happy. Get 20 million apparently from the 49ers to transfer Kitty on top of whatever else they had. Rothwell is playing, in his words, like a championship level player. So he's not good enough for them. He's not good enough for, like, Celtic play Rangers this weekend, and Rothwell's not good enough for that level. That's scary. I know he's not our problem, but what is our problem is that the owners of Rangers are the owners of Leeds United. Now, to me, I don't understand why the 49ers just don't go and bring Bamford, Darko Gyabi, who else have we got? Melia. Why not get them to Rangers? It makes sense. Rangers are crying out looking better players. 6-0 last night against Bruges. Disgrace. Max Orange sent off. Their concerns are the same concerns that we have, though. Their concerns are the transfer market and who they're bringing in. The fans don't want Russell Martin. Again, some of the fans at Leeds aren't having Farke in the Premier League. It's the same type of concerns, which is concerning. Now, what I will say is that the 49ers had 5 days to realistically, we're the flagship, we're in the Premier League, we're the big bucks, that's where the money's at. We need to be staying in the league, and they have 5 days to really heavily invest in Leeds and to go for it, to stay in this league. Rangers fans are done. They're done. And they're 3 games into their season. They're 6 points behind Celtic. They've drawn 3. The fans are fuming. The point is, Murata said to us that he's going to spend every penny available to what we can spend. Well, that's fine, but how about employ somebody that knows how to do deals? Underwood was doing a very good job, and then it just, whenever the big deals started to happen, he just didn't have it. You know, Peugeot, I don't really care about that one, but obviously if you had a top quality CEO or somebody negotiating, well then potentially that gets over the line. There's other deals that we'll never know about. Couple of frees. I touched on it, Brownhill. People sleep on him. He was the second top goal scorer in Championship last season. He's got Premier League experience. I'm not saying that he's an answer, but he's an answer for now. Josh Brownhill is 29 years old. He come in there and do a job. He's better than Gruev by a long way, and he's free. Mitrovic, again, was it 30 years old, scores goals for fun. Yes, he's in Saudi for 2 years, but he's scoring goals. DCL, I think we're a different beast if you have DCL, Namacha and Metro. And then you have Gray as a 4th choice and sell Perot. Perot gives you nothing in the Premier League. We need a right winger, as I touched on El Khanis, and there's money there. People say about Kobe Minu, and as far-fetched as that is, if we have the money and we did it, it would be amazing, and it would be a massive coup. On the right-hand side, we are dying for a right-sided player. There's players out there. There's lots of players. I'll give you one. I don't want him at the club because he's a bit of a problem, but not Jadon Anthony. Oh my God, I don't want him at the club. Jadon Sancho, apparently leaving United for a cut price fee because It's just not working. Yet he goes to other clubs and it works for him, except for Chelsea. I'm not taking a gamble. I'm just saying there are plenty of players out there. But anyway, the point is there is a lot of moving parts today. There's a lot of moving parts over the next 5 days. I'm sort of considering maybe going and doing like a live all day Monday next on deadline day. Maybe we could do that. Anybody wants to like, comment and subscribe, let me know what the crack is. If you want to come on, or you want to comment or communicate with me, it's on X. It's just drop in the comments, but on X, it's Ryan at Ryan John D 83. Just private message me, and sure we can get a live going if you want. But yeah, it is what it is. We're in good nick on Newcastle. Let's be positive. Let's be optimistic. Being realistic, it's gonna be hard. We need some good news. But to let you know the jet washing thing, there are a few jets in the next today and tomorrow. So just keep an eye on things. We will sign players. Have the faith. Because if we don't, it'll be toxic. And it's not going to be toxic. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Again, just remember, opinions are like ours, so it's everybody has one. So don't be afraid to stick a comment in there and drop me your opinion. Over and out.